Nobody appointed him. That is the most important thing to understand about the first boss in human history. Nobody voted for him, nobody reviewed his resume because resumes did not exist. Nobody checked his references because references did not exist. Nobody asked if anyone wanted the job because jobs did not exist. Nobody posted the position on LinkedIn because LinkedIn did not exist, and also it was 200,000 years ago when everyone was trying not to get eaten. He just started telling people what to do. And people did it. He does not know why they did it. They do not know why they did it. One morning, he pointed at a cave and said, "Go over there," and two ancient humans went over there, and something shifted in the universe permanently and irreversibly. And management was born. Welcome to the oldest problem in human history. It is not fire, it is not predators, it is not the fact that everything wants to kill you at all times. It is Urg. Urg is the problem. Urg has always been the problem.
We will call him Urg, because if he had a name, it would be something like Urg. He is not the strongest member of the tribe. He is not the fastest. He is not the best hunter. He has caught fewer mammoths than at least 6 other tribe members, and one of those tribe members is a child. What Urg has is something that cannot be measured, cannot be taught, and most critically, cannot be taken away no matter how many mammoths everyone else catches. Urg has the ability to make other people feel like they should be doing something. Even when there is nothing to do, even when everything is fine, even when the mammoth is caught and the fire is going and everyone is warm and full and the hyenas are a reasonable distance away, Urg walks past and somehow everyone feels like they should look busy. They pick up sticks they were not using, they start moving rocks for no reason. One ancient human begins organizing pebbles into a neat pile solely because Urg walked past and looked thoughtful. He does not know why he is doing this. He will never stop doing this. The pile of pebbles serves no purpose. He makes it anyway. This is middle management. It arrived fully formed 200,000 years ago. It has not evolved once. The pebble pile is still being made in every office in every country on Earth right now, and everyone knows it serves no purpose and everyone keeps making it.
Now, the first Monday. Ancient humans had no concept of days, no calendar, no 7-day week, no Monday specifically, no concept of Monday existing as a distinct and specifically terrible unit of time. And yet every single morning when Urg appeared at the entrance of the cave and pointed toward the mammoth hunting grounds, one particular ancient human felt something deep in his stomach that can only be described as, "Not this again." He is not sick. He is not injured. The mammoth hunting grounds are not more dangerous today than yesterday. He simply does not want to go. He wants to lie in the cave for just a little bit longer. He wants to stare at the ceiling, which is exactly the same cave ceiling as every other day, but today he would specifically like to stare at it without being pointed at. He wants to exist quietly. He wants to exist quietly and not be assigned anything.
This feeling has no name in the ancient world. In 200,000 years, it will be called Monday. It will never get better. Scientists have tried to explain it. Philosophers have tried to solve it. Motivational speakers have tried to cure it with various combinations of cold showers and positive thinking. Monday remains. Monday always remains. Urg points at him specifically. He puts down the cave ceiling. He goes. The first meeting in human history happens around a large flat rock. Urg has gathered the entire tribe. He has important things to communicate. He could communicate these things in 30 seconds while everyone is already doing something. He does not do this. 30 seconds is not a meeting. A meeting is something that justifies itself by being long enough that everyone knows it was a meeting. The meeting is 2 hours long. 23 minutes in, someone realizes the entire meeting could have been a grunt. One sound, one syllable. The information Urg is sharing could fit comfortably in a single grunt with room left over. He does not say this. Nobody says this. You do not say the meeting could have been a grunt while Urg is in the meeting because Urg does not respond well to this, and everyone knows it without being told because knowledge of what your boss does not respond well to is absorbed through the skin in every era. 45 minutes in, Urg draws a diagram in the dirt. It is supposed to explain the mammoth hunt strategy. It does not explain the mammoth hunt strategy. It is a collection of lines and circles that could mean anything. 3 people are staring at it very hard, trying to understand it. 2 people are nodding as if they understand it. They do not understand it. They will never admit they do not understand it. They will go home tonight and attempt to explain the diagram to their families based on their best guess, and their best guess will be wrong, and the mammoth hunt will not go as Urg planned, and Urg will call another meeting about why the mammoth hunt did not go as planned, and he will draw the same diagram again and add more lines to it, and it will make less sense than before. 60 minutes in, someone needs to use the bathroom.
There is no bathroom. There is a bush. The bush is outside. Leaving to go to the bush in the middle of Erg's meeting is not something that happens. He waits. He will always be waiting in this meeting. This meeting does not end. No meeting with Erg ends. Erg simply stops talking at some point and everyone understands that it is over and they disperse and nothing has changed from before the meeting and nothing will change because of the meeting, and yet the meeting has happened and will happen again next week.
Action items from the first meeting in human history, 3 vague tasks assigned to people who were not present, 1 task assigned to someone who already did it 4 days ago without being asked, and 1 task assigned to Erg himself. Nobody will follow up on Erg's task. Following up with Erg about Erg's own tasks is not something that happens in any era, on any continent, in any organization in the entire history of human civilization. Erg's tasks simply exist as tasks and remain as tasks and are never completed, and nobody mentions this ever. Performance review season arrives. The first performance review in human history is between Erg and his best hunter. His best hunter has caught 17 mammoths this season. 17! The previous record was 11, held by a person who everyone still talks about with reverence. The best hunter has exceeded that record by 6 mammoths. 6 additional mammoths. He has fed the entire tribe through 2 separate hard winters. Neighboring tribes have sent members specifically to ask where he learned to hunt. He is objectively the best hunter in the region by every possible measure. Erg tells him his spear-throwing technique could be more consistent.
The best hunter looks at Erg. He looks at Erg for a very long time. A very, very long time. He thinks about the 17 mammoths. He thinks about the 2 winters. He thinks about the neighboring tribes who came specifically to find out his technique. He thinks about saying something. He has many things he could say. He chooses none of them. He nods slowly. He says he will work on it. He will work on his spear-throwing technique, which has successfully killed 17 mammoths. He will work on it. Erg rates him as meets expectations. The best hunter sits outside the cave alone for 45 minutes after the review. He stares at the horizon. He thinks about the 17 mammoths. He thinks about meets expectations. He thinks about what exceeds expectations would require. He thinks maybe 20 mammoths. He catches 23 mammoths next season to prove a point to absolutely nobody because Erg has completely forgotten the conversation within a week and will give him the same rating regardless. Meets expectations. It is the most demoralizing 2 words in any language, including all languages that have not been invented yet. Promotions in the ancient world are not based on mammoth count. They are not based on fire skill. They are not based on spear technique or shelter building or any measurable contribution to the survival of the tribe. They are based on something that happens in the space between things. Something invisible. Something that cannot be quantified on a tally rock or demonstrated in a performance review. One ancient human gets promoted to assistant to the tribe coordinator. He caught 4 mammoths this year. 4! The 17 mammoth hunter is still at meets expectations. The 4 mammoth hunter has been promoted. How? Why? What happened? Here is what happened. Every time Erg said something, this particular ancient human nodded first, before anyone else, immediately. Before Erg had even finished the sentence, he was already nodding. And then he looked at everyone else with an expression that said, "Did you hear that? Because that was a very good point, and I identified it as a good point before any of you did, and that is called strategic thinking." He also laughed at things Erg said that were not jokes. Not loud laughing, just a small, appreciative sound at exactly the right moment. He has been doing this for 8 months. Nobody told him to do this. He just knew. This is called leadership potential. Erg has identified him as a high performer. The 17 mammoth hunter has not been identified as a high performer. He meets expectations. He will always meet expectations. He has stopped counting mammoths. The promoted ancient human now gets a slightly better rock to sit on near the fire. This is the prehistoric corner office. It is 2 inches closer to the fire than everyone else's rock. It is warmer by a genuinely negligible amount. He is extremely proud of this rock. He sits on it with a specific posture. The other tribe members look at the rock. They look at their own rocks. They look at the rock again. Nobody says anything about the rock. They are all thinking about the rock. They will be thinking about the rock for the rest of the season. The 17 mammoth hunter stares at his rock. He thinks about the 4 mammoth hunter's rock. He thinks about the 17 mammoths. He goes home and does not say anything. His family can tell something is wrong. He says he's fine. He is not fine. He's thinking about rocks and mammoths and meets expectations and a diagram in the dirt that nobody understood and a bush he was not allowed to leave a meeting to use for 2 hours. Now, The first, resignation. It builds slowly. The meetings, the diagram, the meets expectations, the 4-mammoth promotion, the pebble pile, the not this again feeling every morning that has no name but lives in the chest like a cold stone. One ancient human reaches a point which every human being in history has reached at some point in their professional life, which is the point where he decides he has had absolutely enough of Erg.
He is going independent. He does not need the tribe. He does not need the flat rock and the dirt diagram and the better rock by the fire that he will never get because he does not nod fast enough. He is going to go out on his own. He is going to be his own mammoth. He is going to build something on his own terms in his own time, answering to nobody except himself and possibly the mammoth. He announces this to the tribe with a confident voice. He packs his belongings. This takes 4 seconds because he owns 3 things. He walks out of the cave with enormous purpose. He does not look back. He is free. He is finally free. The future is wide open and belongs entirely to him. Day 1. He catches a rabbit. It is a small rabbit. He is doing great. Day 2. No mammoth. This is fine. Mammoths take time. He eats some berries. He is doing great. He is definitely doing great. Day 3. It is raining. He does not have proper shelter because building shelter alone is significantly harder than it looked when 20 other people were helping. He is cold. He is wet. He is sitting under a tree that is not keeping him dry, thinking about the cave. The cave had a roof. The cave had fire. The cave had mammoth meat that he did not have to catch entirely alone in the rain. He is thinking about the flat rock meeting and realizing that the flat rock meeting was dry and had a roof, and he did not appreciate the roof at the time. And he would like the roof back now, please. He comes back on day 4. He walks back into the cave. He is still slightly wet. He has his 3 belongings. He sits back down in his original spot, which is still there because nobody took it, because everyone knew he was coming back. Because everyone always comes back. Erg looks at him. One look. It contains everything. It contains the entire conversation that will never happen. The ancient human looks back. He nods once. Erg nods once. It is done. They never discuss it. Nobody in the tribe discusses it. He attends the next meeting. He looks at the new dirt diagram. He does not understand the new dirt diagram. The new diagram has more lines in it than the old one. He nods as if he understands. He sits in his original spot, which is slightly worse than the 4 mammoth hunters promoted rock. He organizes some pebbles into a pile because Erg walked past and looked thoughtful. The first person in history to quit their job, attempt to go independent, and return to the same organization within a week. It will not be the last. The number of times this has happened in human history cannot be counted. It happens every day, right now. Someone is walking back into an office carrying 3 metaphorical belongings, slightly wet from metaphorical rain, sitting back down in their original spot. Erg nods, they nod, nobody mentions it. This is professional life. It has been professional life for 200,000 years. Cut to today. Open plan office. A meeting has been called. The meeting could have been an email. It is not an email. It is a 1-hour meeting with a 42-slide deck. Slide 17 is a diagram. The diagram is confusing. 2 people are nodding at the diagram. They do not understand the diagram. Someone needs to use the bathroom. They are waiting. Someone else has been planning to go independent for 6 months. They have a business plan, they have savings, they have a name for their company, and a logo they made themselves at 11 o'clock at night while everyone else was asleep. They are definitely doing it. They are 100% definitely doing it. They have been 100% definitely doing it for 6 months. The meets expectations hunter catches 23 mammoths and stares at his rock. Erg is still talking. Nothing has changed in 200,000 years. Not one single thing. If you just survived an entire history of management and you are still here, Mr. Paint wants you to hit subscribe. Because next time, we are finding out what ancient humans would have done with TikTok. Spoiler, Erg calls a meeting about it. The meeting is 2 hours. Nobody understands the dirt diagram. The 4 mammoth hunter has already been promoted to head of TikTok strategy. He nodded first. Subscribe before Erg puts you on a performance improvement plan.